Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for coming. And again, I'm Fredric Ong. I'm from Fortinet. My topic today for today actually is geared towards the FSI industry, no, as you've seen in the title of my talk. However, I can see this is also very applicable to a lot of enterprise or organizations. So I'm going to talk about how we can secure and accelerate innovation in terms of banking. Nowadays, there are a lot of developments, no, especially in the banking, in the FSI industry. No? We see fintechs, we see digitalization no, coming from traditional banking environment, no? Your typical on-site banking to everything being digital no? In our smartphone, in our applications. So actually, this poses a lot of opportunities as well as challenges, no? Especially in the IT environment where for example, we need to enable all of this access remotely for your employees or maybe the personnel as well as our customers no, who expect our services to be accessible anywhere and conveniently. I want to share first the macroeconomic consideration. No. So if you're like in the FSI world, typically there's a lot of regulatory no, requirements. So since banks are highly regulated organization, we need to have a lot of consideration with regards to compliance, no? Both for local, for example, the BSP, all of data privacy, as well as socio-cultural, no? Shifting from traditional banking into everything being digital. No? And the customers now, the newer generation or young people actually, they think about banking differently. No? So they're not like what we have before, no? Where there's a traditional savings account and you have to deposit your cash manually to going to these bank branches. No? So their expectation is quite different. They want it to be instantly fast, convenient, as well as secure. Okay. We also are already in the post-pandemic period or era. No? So the pandemic accelerated the adoption of digital transactions as well as remote access, no? Secure work, as well as all the applications that needs to be accessed. And also, there are also political and technological aspects no, or challenges. No? How do we enable all of this while maintaining no, the level of service, the quality of service that we need to offer to our customers. So this is actually where information technology solutions come into play. No? So Fortinet, being a cybersecurity vendor, we are the enablers, no? The tools, the technology you will need to be able to achieve this transformation and adoption to the current and maybe to the future environment as well. So I want to share here some insights no, with regards to what traditional banks versus fintech and big tech are. No? So here in my slide, you will see the green parts. These are the advantages of this particular type of FSI organization compared no, to the rest. So traditional banks, these are the big banks, no, the one that are I can say the pioneers of banking, no, but they are actually a lot of established banks have hundreds of branches. No? These are the top 10 banks that we have in our country, and even more. No? Not only top 10, big banks, small banks, and then we have the fintech. No? Fintechs are the GCash, the Paymayas, no? And big tech. Big techs are the Google, no, the Apple, which are already also offering sort of a financial transaction service. Maybe even e-commerce. No? You can say that some of the e-commerce platform offer payment solutions out of the box. No? And there are actually also new banks that are purely digital. No? They're currently in our country. I think there are 10 purely digital bank no, that are that we have right now. So we see that the advantage is basically in terms of each category. No? You can see technology, customer experience, no, etc. All of this, you need to have this map out so that you will know where you need to invest depending on the type of organization you have. Okay. So the important thing is actually what traditional banks lack most is this digital technology because The other types of organization like fintech or big tech, no, they're already strong in the technology side. So this technology gap needs to be addressed by adopting the digital transformation as well as security technologies to enable this. So basically, we see that there's an advantage also in terms of the customer trust, no, towards traditional bank because um, nowadays the newer generation they would actually prefer to do financial transaction to fintechs. It's their top of mind because it's very convenient. So this is their advantage, no? And big tech being inherently a technology-based company also have this advantage. So what we need to address primarily is on those traditional banks front, no, to help them adapt, no, to transition them into at least similar or on par with the fintech and big techs. No? So the transformation is taking place nowadays, no, and there are actually a lot of adoption already in the technology front. It depends on the customer or maybe your organization's priority. And this is actually where a solution vendor like Fortinet, no, can help you identify the prioritization of certain technology and certain security tools, no, that will enable you to do that. So challenges basically are increased governance, no, laws, regulation, and managing risk in your organization, as well as optimizing the resilience, no, in terms of disaster recovery, resilience, and other aspects. No? So also new partnerships, or you need to integrate with this third-party payment solution, for example, no, or third partner. So we also need to take into consideration securing all these aspects. So it's actually an enabler. So technology will make everything much easier, but there are some challenges still in terms of implementing or adopting. So we also need to become modern with regards to the retail banking. There are a lot of commonalities, no, between each of the organization or retail banks. So what will make you stand out, no, compared to the other competitors you have? No? So what we need to adapt is basically, I think for me and maybe in my opinion, the most important is the customer experience, and of course the sense of trust, because bank, we trust all of our financial transaction, our money. So these two are the key pillars or very important aspects to consider with regards to what you need to maintain even if you already are transitioning or transition into a digital bank. So with regards to tech trends, as we can see here, these are the tech trends that we see globally. No? So using big data to gain analytics and perhaps advantage, no, compared to our competitors, to leverage this to know what we need to do to invest in order for us to get the most out of, for example, the customer or your users, for example, no? And leverage API technology. So API technology is very important because we need this to integrate, to talk to our partners, to third-party vendors or solutions, as well as to your other providers, no? Whether it be a payment partner, etc. We also need to consider IoT security. No? So today, everything is connected, no? And we need this integration to these smart devices as well as security, no? Securing all these connected devices, because this could be an entry point, no, of a threat or a breach. So this needs to be also considered, and of course, in blockchain, crypto died down a bit recently, you know, because of the market being down and everything. But we still see crypto as being there, but not yet in the same heights as during the pandemic. Industry trend, we see that there are a lot of trends that currently encompass the industry from year 2019 up to 2024. We have a compounded annual growth rate of 2.83%. And we can see here, this is the breakdown of the different technology trends that that have been happening in the industry. So now I'm going to talk about digital innovation brings, no, in terms of the cybersecurity. There are risks that are there, and it's actually a silent killer. Most of the time, customers realize they have been breached for maybe they don't know how they have been breached. The breach has happened maybe for a month already or two already. So we really need to shorten the detection and response time with regards to cyber threats. So we see that based on this study or market report, there's in 2022, no, more than a third of businesses have experienced data breach. And we need this to be shortened. We also need the detection to be improved, no, in order for the business to be more resilient. There are also a lot of different threat actors. No? So I think we all are familiar with what the threat actors are already. So I won't talk too much about. But these are really a lot of motives to do this. And they don't only target your IT system. They target even the user. They can do social engineering, phishing, no, which actually can also have an impact on your customers as well as the reputation of your organization, no, if something happens. So we also need to have solutions to be able to address such problems. So key attack targets are critical data, no, your core banking infrastructure, no, your applications, your network. No, the entry point could be within your network or maybe even in the cloud of your host cloud application. So we need to have security coverage across your entire estate, regardless of it's in the endpoint, in the network, or even in the cloud. So aside from that, another threat is theft of information. So we need to have data security practices, cybersecurity hygiene in place. And we also need to have like an incident response, no, or SOC or security operations center to tackle all of these challenges and address them timely. Now, this is an important slide I want to show. This actually shows you, as an organization, we know that you have already invested in a lot of security solutions. But based on our study, or a study that was conducted, what are the solutions that will yield most benefit in your organization? The importance of this slide is to highlight now what are the types of solutions. Because some other solutions, if you keep on investing, the return of investment will be that significant anymore because some technologies are already over-invested. So what we want to highlight here is, as you can see, there's a value gap that we can see. No? The one that is in red, those are the technologies that we highlighted to be the most advantageous in terms of impact in your organization or organization based on the study. So these are SOC solutions, no? And it's very important to also employ automation as well as AI-based technology. Our strategy is actually to consolidate also vendor. No? So Fortinet being a vendor-based platform, we're well known for a firewall, no? But actually we have complete solutions for the SOC, which will make your life easier as a customer to have a singular or consolidated vendor with regards to all of the security solutions, including SOC capability. No? By leveraging on a platform-based approach to cybersecurity, we're able to automate a lot of things and to decrease the overall detection and response capability. So increase the resiliency by improving the response time substantially. And with what we have to do in terms of security best practices is we need to have visibility and across the entire digital attack surface. No? Like what I mentioned, endpoint, network, no? Cloud, all of this you need to have sensors, detection, and control capability. And we also need to be able to protect against sophisticated threats. No? Threats that are behavioral, not only signature-based, no? And also threats that are dynamic, like, for example, employing advanced persistent threat prevention, no? Sandboxing, network detection and response. No? All of these advanced technology help us to achieve this. We also need to simplify compliance by employing singular pane of glass dashboard or management, no? As well as having robust reporting tool and audit capability. And lastly, we also need to have an advanced intelligence structured architecture, no? Cybersecurity architecture. This actually we can help you architect because this is a multi-year journey. No? It might not happen overnight or in a year. So what we need to do is we need to prioritize which technologies are the most critical in your current situation and plan them accordingly in order for us to provide a year-on-year cybersecurity posture improvement. So I hope I'm able to share my insights to you today, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Fredric Ong, Fortinet. There you go, a lot to take in as well. He talked about the difference. I'm sure you all know, difference between traditional banks. When we have the fintech, we have the big tech, and he also would talk about how he could help, the transformation, the traditional to fintech, and the transformation that needs to take place. Okay, so we're gonna put up a bit of the takeaways. What he highlighted was to shorten the detection to response time to prevent cyber threats, challenges that they face. We have the legal, economic, social-cultural, technological, ecological, and political. I like this the best, which is why we're here. We all need to become a digital champion. There you go. So data, intellectual property, services, maintain competitive differentiation, improves customer experience, all that from Fredric Lansong of Fortinet.